Welcome into the Titans today. I am your host, Brett Alper, and TJ Watt. He posted on his Instagram story this picture. Peace. He's coming into a contract year in 2025. Could this mean that he wants out? Well, we're going to break it all down. First off, this was the tweet that was made by Mark Kaboly. I think I'm saying his name right. He also appointed himself as just the Steelers analyst for the Pat McAfee show. Shout out to him. He tweeted this: after talking to people, I'd keep an eye on this Steelers TJ Watt contract situation moving forward a little more closely. It doesn't appear that the IG picture, which he posted yesterday, was just by chance. I'd imagine extension is still going to eventually get done, but the price tag just might be a tad bit higher than some anticipated. Well, you want to know why? Because Myles Garrett got that huge contract. So does this mean a potential Watt trade could be upon us? Should Mike Borgonzi call up the phone to the Steelers and say, hey, you want to make a trade for TJ Watt? You want to make something spicy, a little trade happen? We get TJ Watt and we'll give you guys a bunch of draft picks. We're going to get into all that. But first, I got to ask you guys, please subscribe to the channel. We currently have 10,352, trying to get the goal of 10,400. And hopefully, we got less than 2 weeks before the NFL draft. Can we make it to 11,000? I believe in the Titans fans. I believe in all of you. So please, make it happen. Hit that big red sub button. So TJ Watt, I mean, he is basically the best defensive lineman, the best edge rusher in the NFL. If you don't want to count Myles Garrett, it's like 1A, 1B. I mean, he is an absolute dog. Defensive player in 2021, 4-time All-Pro, 7-time Pro Bowler. I would argue that he is basically better than J.J. Watt. But that's here nor there. But the big question, do the Titans even have a chance to land T.J. Watt? Well, some say yes, some say no. But the odds makers at BetOnline, they made some odds. And I wouldn't call these long shots. I'm a betting man myself, and a long shot is plus 1,000. See the Patriots at plus 300, the Seahawks at plus 400, Eagles 500, Cardinals 600, and then the fifth best odds. There's 32 teams in the NFL. The fifth best odds is the Tennessee Titans at plus 700. And I'll bring this little meme up. So you're telling me there's a chance. There's always a chance. But if you want an analogy of just what the odds are. So the Nashville Predators, for all you Preds fans out there, the Nashville Predators, they play the Vegas Golden Knights on Saturday. I'm assuming Juicy Saros is probably going to start in the net for Tennessee, for Nashville. If they win in a shutout, if Saros can pull off the shutout, the odds is plus 950. That means that is a better chance for TJ Watt to be a Tennessee Titan than for the Predators to win in a shutout. That is speaking words to me. That's a little, I would throw some money on that. I would do that in a heartbeat. Anything is possible. We saw in the NBA, the best player, one of the best top 5 players in the NBA, if not top 3, Luka Doncic, got traded from the Dallas Mavericks to the Los Angeles Lakers. Anything can happen. It's professional sports. It may not seem likely, but you could wake up tomorrow and maybe TJ Watt will be a Tennessee Titan. So I'm asking you guys, do you guys want to trade for TJ Watt? Type Y for yes, type N for no down in the comment section of today's video. It's going to be our pinned comment. So let us know, do you want to trade for TJ Watt? Let's go into his stats. He got hurt in 2022, wasn't healthy, but you can see just off the charts edge rusher. 61 tackles, 68 tackles. That 2023 line, he didn't win DPOY, which is absolutely insane, with 19 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 19 tackles for loss. This guy's unbelievable. He's in a contract year, and he knows how good he is. He knows that he wants to be one of the highest paid edge, if not higher than Myles Garrett, because if I had that talent, I'd probably think I'm better than Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett's getting paid $40 million. Then you have Daniel Hunter, 35.6. Max Crosby, Nick Bosa, Josh Hines-Allen, Brian Burns, and then all the way down at number 7 is TJ Watt. I said it earlier. He probably wants that Myles Garrett contract. I mean, who wouldn't? You showed that you could do this. You showed that you are one of the top edge rushers in the NFL. So if The Browns can give Myles Garrett that, and we saw all that. He requested a trade and everything, but it was all smoke. He got that contract done. He said, I want to be a part of a winning team. Yeah, well, once you put $160 million in front of your face, you sign that contract. Because the Browns, I can tell you right now, that ain't happening. That is not happening. $40 million a year for Myles Garrett. And the Titans, if you want to pay it, you're going to have to pay him later, but in 2025, he is set to make $30 million. His cap hit's $30 million. Well, the Titans' cap space, $38.8 million. It's possible. You can make it happen. And you could say, oh, Brett, well, they have Sebastian Joseph Day. They just signed Draymond Jones. You can never have enough pass rushers. You need players that can get to the quarterback. You can have as many edge rushers as you possibly can. Load up the defense. The saying is defense wins championships, so why not? And we're going to get into more on TJ Watt, possibly, maybe becoming a Tennessee Titan. But I got to tell you guys about our sponsor of today's show, and that is GameTime. I've been a GameTime user even before I started working at Chat Sports, and I'm just glad they're a sponsor. If you use promo code Chat Sports, where terms apply, you can get $20 off, but you got to use that promo code. The first basketball game that I went to by myself, solo, I was like, you know what, I want to go see a basketball game. I used the GameTime app. And the one thing I really like about GameTime is their all-in pricing option. Toggling this feature shows the total up front with no surprise fees at checkout. Plus, they offer the GameTime guarantee. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less, well, guess what? GameTime will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with GameTime. Download the GameTime app, create an account, and use code ChatSports for $20 off your first purchase, where terms apply. If you want to go see a Predators game, if you want to go see a Nashville SC game, gotta use GameTime. Again, where terms apply, create an account and redeem the code CHATSPORTS for $20 off. Download the GameTime app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. What time is it? Game time. All right, so here is your edge rush depth chart as we look at it now. Sebastian Joseph Day and Draymond Jones. Now, I think of this as Draymond Jones. I predicted, and I'm still predicting, that he's going to have a resurgence. He was playing interior with in the last year. He's going to the outside. But the Titans still need to improve their defensive line. I pulled up the total sacks in 2024. These are the bottom three teams in the league. The Tennessee Titans had 32. They were 30th. The Atlanta Falcons had 31. They were 31st. And the New England Patriots, and we saw with the New England Patriots, they stole Harold Landry. They took him all the way in last at 32nd with 28 sacks. They bolstered that defense. The Titans, they got to do the same exact thing. So I was thinking in my head, okay, what is a possible trade that we can go with? I'm not giving you that first pick, and I'm going to have a little tangent on that. But TJ Watt, it's probably not going to happen. But you give him a 2025 second-round pick. You give him a 2026 first-round pick because, honestly, you're not going to compete next season for a play. Like, you're not going to compete for 7, 8, 9 to 9, 10 wins. So expect to be probably in the bottom half of the NFL. That's just the reality. Hate to break it to you guys. This is a rebuild. This isn't a retool. So that's my trade idea. What do you guys think? Would you make this trade? Type T for trade. Type P for pass. For me, I mean, I'm clicking accept on the dot. It's honestly a steal for the Titans. You're getting a first-round pick and a second-round pick. You could throw in some players in there, but they're probably the Steelers are going to say to you, and I've seen articles all over the internet saying that the Titans, they're going to have to, it's a blockbuster trade with the first pick of the draft. No. Under no circumstances. I don't care what it is. No. You do not trade the number 1 overall pick for TJ Watt. I don't care how good he is. You need a quarterback. This is a quarterback-driven league. And you need a quarterback with that number 1 overall pick. You got to get Cam Ward. You got to bring the vibes back to Tennessee, back to Nashville. TJ Watt, yeah, that's going to improve the defense, but when your offense is scoring 17 points a game, does that really help? No. You want to get Cam Ward in there. You have to get Cam Ward in there. So now, here's the contract for TJ Watt. This is what he's currently on. 4 years, 112. He's averaging $28 million. He's set to make $30 million in 2025. It's the last year of his contract. $80 million guaranteed. What I think is going to happen is it's going to be the same exact situation as Myles Garrett. You're going to be like, oh, I want to leave. I want to be a part of a winning culture. I want to get paid. I want to do this. I want to do that. And in the end, the Steelers, Mike Tomlin, they're going to say, all right, TJ Watt, here's your money. You deserved it. It's worth it. So do I think anything is really going to come out of this? No, but there's always a possibility. Anything can happen in the NFL. That's it for today's edition of the Titans Today. I'm your host, Brett Alpert. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, youtube.com/Titans Today. And as always, tighten up.